What a mess that was. Are we in? I think we're in. I think we're on. I think we're over. I think we're in. I think we're on. I think we're over. Right, on that note, if we are in and on and over, okay, like man meets computer this. Right, I think we're in. I'm gonna have to end this stream. Get rid of it. Too hot to handle. I need to check that it's working. Bear with me. This. I think it's working. I can see myself though, which is about spandingling me out a little bit. Yes. What's good, everybody? Anyway, quick shit vid, quick shit live. We're jumping in. Today we shall be talking. I'm hoping this is working. I've just been listening to. I don't actually like Stormzy that much personally, but he's brought a track out with Chasing Status, and I must say, I'm in for the win. I'm quite all right with it. Can everybody hear me, or can anybody hear me? I don't know if the chat is live. I don't. To be honest, I've done this a different way, guys. I do it on my JackCity page, and it seems to work fine. But I'm in a state of panic here. I'm in a daze of confusion. Do I go live chat? Somebody put something, and then I know some messages such as potential spam will not be visible. No, I don't want that. Live chat, all messages are visible. Yeah, right. Bosh. 100 grand. Yeah, so what's good, everybody? I think we're in. I think we're on. I think we're over here. Yes, just... Oh, it's not just Joe. I actually thought that was just Joe then. I was just about to say, I thought you were fanboying me, like messing about. Can you hear me, Just Joe Football Show fanboy? Are you the Just Joe Get a Job Just Joe, or the Just Joe Bodyguard, or whatever you were called? Do you keep changing your name? Just Joe's where it's at. I simply must agree. Went on there the other day. I'm hoping to get on over at weekend. He's going to get us on after game on Saturday, but he's on about doing it about 10 o'clock, and I'll be at work by then. I'll be DJing. Yes, boy. What's good? So I'm just going to do a quick shit chat about our chances this year, whether or not you reckon who's going to be decent club to go up against, who we've got in his locker. Will Portsmouth be any decent? Andrew Thompson, where's the Badger? How outrageously foolish of me. I've not introduced him, have I? And I will never make that mistake again. I may very well make that mistake again, but can I pin these comments or do out with them? I need some better software, guys. Everybody else can like put them on the screen, can't they, and say, pops up, where's the Badger? You know what time it is. Get that Badger in and on and over here. He's in, he's on, he's over. It's too far here. He's in, he's on, he's over. Can you hear me all good? So yeah, the topic is today we're going to have a little skip through the bettings, who's high on the odds and what have you. Let me close this down a little bit. What do we need it? This is very unorganised, gang. I simply must admit. First one, hopefully first of many. I don't want mine way though. You'll have to deal with it. So let's have a little gander here. So we're going to look at the betting odds. See, now we jump into action now though, because then I go Bosh. Yes. See, that's a beautiful thing, that, in it. Straight in. Straight on. So Leeds there. Somebody could have to explain betting odds to me, but we are extremely high. Clear favourites to win the league, which is a joy to behold. That is a live Badger, Nick G. Yes, indeed. Yes, it is. Yes, sirree. That is a live badgery. He's live. Just had error messages. Who off? Right, let's get his chat over here and then I can see it. You can see each and every which one here. Error messages on my live, or what are you saying? This is a mess. Can we see that? Is that clear to see? I need to get a bit of zoomage on here, I think. That zoom in. Oh, maybe too much. So Leeds are clear favourites to win, as we all expect, because we are going up as champions, as we all know. Burnley second, and then it gets into a bit of a melee there. Not a melee, but a melee, Meslier. Middlesbrough, Luton, Coventry. Middlesbrough and Luton are same. Middlesbrough, to be fair, I think Middlesbrough will fall away like they always do. I don't think they'll be in and around it. Luton, Coventry, West Brom, Sheffield are quite low down. I've had a few comments off Sheffield fans after my videos yesterday and the day before, and they don't reckon that they've got much of a chance, to be fair. Everybody's banging on about how they're getting on in window and what have you. Got my Dunbar in. But yeah, getting on in window and stuff, but the reality is they've started with -2 points. It's a long way. It's only 2 points, but it's a long way back up to the top. And if they have a bit of a rocky road, which they will do at some point, a lot of people, FARKE were saying in press conference that it's not a particularly good time to play Portsmouth, but I'm not so sure. I think he's just trying to play it down like he plays everything down. I think we'll smash him up. Just your football show fanboy. I personally think some Leeds fans are being overconfident. It's never easy. We might not even get playoffs. I agree to some of that. I agree to half of that. So I personally think Leeds fans are being overconfident. Not too keen on that. I'm not too sure that's true. It's never easy. Definitely agree with that. But we might not even get playoffs is total nonsense. We're just going on the winners here, and we're top of the league as far as they're concerned. Martin Bazant, hey up Jack, is the Badger available for public appearances? I have a child's birthday party coming up and looking for some entertainment. The Badger needs 24 hours, 7 days a week, around the clock. Bodyguard. It needs total coverage. It needs to know. I should put a tracker in her because she's everywhere, this Badger. But yeah, I can potentially drop her off. But you know, there will be 2 6'5" blokes with him, and I don't know if they're appropriate for child's birthday parties. They're not very inconspicuous, the bodyguards that the Badger possesses. Then right at the bottom is, I'm assuming that's the bottom, Oxford to win. They're 200 to 1. Yeah, why not? Put ads on a live stream. I ain't put ads on a live stream. No, I have not. I have not put ads on a live stream. I don't even know how that's done that. You can't get away with Oak, can you, with these boys? They're like straight in and on you. Monetisation. Oh, mid rolls. Let you mid rolls. I don't know how to take that off. Choose how mid rolls appear. Insert mid rolls manually, I presume. Settings saved. I ain't done that, dude. I genuinely ain't. I thought you meant odds. I ain't done that. I'm new to this game, boy. No ads on my live stream. Yes, Nick G. Well, if there were, then I do apologise, but I truly can't do it. Can't see Borough being anywhere near top 6, Nick G. I know a Middlesbrough fan and she's lovely, but they aren't finishing top and the third favourites. So Burnley, I reckon, will be decent. Luton will be decent. Coventry, decent. West Brom. Sheffield, I don't think will get anywhere near top. I think they might challenge for top 2 potentially, but they'll definitely be in and around the playoffs, won't they? Derby, I don't know. Sunderland, I always think Sunderland's a tough game, you know. I thought it was not struggled, but I thought it was a good game both times. Can't actually remember results, to be fair. I just remember Jack Clark having Archie Gray on. I think, did they beat us 1-0, Sunderland? My memory's skew with. Blackburn pretty low. Blackburn are starting top at league, though, so, you know. And then this is the real juice, boys. So look at this. So top goal scorers. Your man there, Matteo Joseph, in there riding top with Carlton Morris. Who's Carlton Morris? Let's find out who Carlton Morris is. I would imagine he's decent. Carlton Morris plays for Luton. See, that's my basis of my knowledge from any other team. If they're not sort of top 6 in Premier League, I don't know who anybody is. Is it true that the game's getting called off due to the political issues we are facing? There is genuinely. I've got loads of stick for that, for mentioning that other day on a video, but it is not getting called off. But it's also there's plenty of reports saying that, you know, they will play it by ear. Sunderland 0-0. I travelled 500-mile round trip to see that one at Ellen Road. Yeah, not the one, big lad. Not the one. Joe Depe up, lad. Aloha from Hawaii. Yes, sir, you're in Hawaii. Bosh, get up there. So, yeah, we're in there with... I've just forgot where he's from already. Luton. So, my man Matteo Joseph, everybody that's saying that he's not starting, well, he's odds-on favourite to be the man of the hour. It's on its way, the third kit. Do not fear. Sometimes they don't even release it. They don't, though. Sometimes they just drop it on game day and they say they will be wearing the third kit, and it's like, bosh, and then they're in. I'm all for it. Let's talk about Joseph being the top goal scorer of the season. Everybody yarping on, saying that Bamford's going to start over him. Fucking Bamford all over. It's going to be Bamford here again, and he's going to go straight to Bamford. They've all been banging on about him. They've all been saying this and that, saying that he won't be starting. Well, FARKE said that everybody's fully fit. So I think Bamford's coming straight back in. Wager with you while we're on Paddy Power. Bamford will not start a game for at least 10 games, and then he might start a game in the league. He will not start a Premier League game in the league for at least 10 games. We're going to stick with Joseph for 10 games. I do believe he has to do it within them 10 games. By them 10 games, Joseph's going to be up to speed. Bamford's going to be up to speed and ready to start. And at that point, if Joseph doesn't necessarily have to hit the ground running, he's had a mint pre-season, but what he does have to do is, being in and around it, he has to have a little sequence, 4 or 5 games where he's banging them in. Well, it's maybe based on that. There's plenty of them around, isn't there? Clearly. And then that Latty Lathy, we got a good goal against us, didn't he? Then with Joe Peru, Josh Sargent, Schmodic, which is a crazy shout, really. You know, to say where Schmodic plays, position-wise. Bamford's 20-1. Rutter's 22-1. I mean, Bamford's not going to be starting, so it's crazy, really. Jack Clark's not a bad shout. Willie Nonto. Brendan Aronson, that is a wild shout, 40-1. Can you imagine? Daniel James, 40-1. Jonathan Rowe, 40-1. Jonathan Rowe, if he joins us, that would be the good go. Joe Depp, as much as I'm a Bamford fan, I'd still start Perot over him. Andrew Thompson, Mad Gav needs his own channel. This channel's enough work as it is but to try control Mad Gav, we're going to be bang up against it. Nick G, I think Paddy will play a key role in a few games, but Joseph will be straight out the blocks, banging him in. That is literally where I'm at. That's why I don't want to... Oh, fucking hell, it is going to ads. How do I stop these ads, boys? I honestly haven't done this. I genuinely have not done these ads. I don't know why it's doing that. Did anybody get an ad then? Oh... What are we like, yeah? What are we like? No, choose our mid-rolls. Schedule mid-rolls. Insert. I did that a minute ago. Manually. Focus on your live stream and no, dismiss. Apologies if people are getting ads, boys. It's really not. That is not my doing. I'll have to investigate how to do that. Lennon Gallagher, your brain seems to be buffering. My brain's always buffering, big man. Dow 1024. Joseph at Golden Boot. Bet me house on it. Bet the house on it. Bet your firstborn child on it. Well, I won't go that far, to be fair, but he's definitely in with a decent shout. He will get the first 10 games. Of that, I've no doubt. And if he gets off to a good start, if he gets 4 goals in them 10 games in any scenario, he will be our main striker for the full proceedings. I'm on board with Nick G saying that he thinks Paddy will play a key role for a few games, but Joseph will be on it. Joseph is the main striker, providing he continues to bang some goals in. He doesn't have to be prolific the whole season. FARKE will back him if he tails off and has 20 minutes. If he has 2 or 3 games, 4, 5, 6 games even where he does not necessarily scoring goals. As long as he's putting it in, he will put him on. Lennon Gallagher, he got an ad as well. I don't know what that is, boys. Truly, I'll have to investigate because I aren't doing that, so I don't know how to stop it. Yeah, Joe Depp's in the land of the adverts as well. I'm not having that. Nick G, still no ads for me. I think it all depends on individual users' setup. It's not something you have done. PB 31 in Sept. That took me. I felt like I had to work that out. Felt a bit cryptic, but Paddy Bamford, I presume, 31 in September. Still not particularly old, is it? I know it's discussing FORSHAW in video today because he said that he didn't actually want to leave Leeds, but it never materialised for him. Obviously, too injury prone and stuff, but I think he's one of the best players we've had over the past for quite a long time, to be perfectly honest. Other than when we went up and had like Rafinha, and obviously Somerville's had a brilliant season. But yeah, our main rivals. I know it seems obvious to say, but I do think Burnley will have a decent season. Middlesbrough will have a decent season, but I don't think they'll be challenging for the title. I think they'll end up in playoffs. Dow 1024. If they're putting ads on your live streams, you should be getting a cut. Yeah, I'm just hoping it's not something I've done, but I will investigate, as I say, and try to get it sorted out for next time. This is a good shout. If there is one player you could bring back who has left since the El Loco era, who would it be and why? Adam Sideways, says Gavin Parry. Not to the answer, I'm sure you mean FORSHAW. FORSHAW want a sideways passer. Everybody seems to say this about every centre midfielder we've ever had. He was not a sideways passer. We've got to pass sideways. Of that, there's no doubt. You know, we're going to pass sideways. Midfielders pass sideways. There's not always a ball forward. I love it when the ball goes forward, evidently. It's an absolute must, but, you know, we've got to move the ball around as well. Dow says Pablo to the would you have in, which is a good shout. I mean, from El Loco times, you'd struggle to not to say Rafinha really though, wouldn't you? Due to him being Joe Depp in with Rafa. Yeah, you struggle not to say Rafinha. I know it's a bit of a cop out that potentially for the live stream, but ultimately he is the best player we've had for a long time, isn't he? So Debok, lol. Yeah, who do you reckon's going to win it other than us? Who do you reckon's in second? I think it'll be us and Burnley. I think it's a little bit... It's really difficult league, but I think it's also quite a predictable league. I think Sheffield United will get in playoffs. I think Middlesbrough will be in playoffs. Luton playoffs. Coventry. And then maybe some sort of outsider in here. In and around here. Sunderland maybe. Berardi's the man, but I don't know if he's worthy of... bringing back. I don't know if that's Paveda, man. Paveda's my man that got away, you know. I was gutted when we lost Paveda. I loved him. I thought he, you know, but there's a lot of these lads in there that show great promise and then it doesn't materialise, which is a crying shame. But yeah, did anybody see Blunt signing more than Chelsea? Says Gavin Parry. Yeah, I know they are going for it, to be fair, but I'm not concerned about Sheffield United signings. I've even had a few people commenting on channel just saying that it's not to it. Nick G, Leeds, Luton and Burnley jostling it out at the top. Yeah, I would agree with that, to be fair. Has everybody seen the Rowe video that he put up? Well, he didn't put up. He was in an interview a while ago, and I'll play it. Hang on. It was on about Ellen Road. How mint it is.
In your first few months as a professional footballer, you played at Anfield, you played at Ellen Road, you played at Old Trafford. Was there any particular ground that stood out to you?
To be fair, them three are probably the main ones that stood out to me because obviously Anfield is Anfield, right? It was a fortress. It is, well, obviously not recently, but it's been a fortress for the last few years, and you know that club has a lot of weight. Old Trafford was just huge. Ellen Road had the most noise that I can remember. That was a crazy game. Even though we lost, I was in awe of like the atmosphere. I couldn't believe this is what my dream is literally about. Even though we lost, it was just like, wow. Imagine being on the opposite side to that. I feel like that's a feeling that I always chase. And those type of moments, they kind of keep you motivated and hungry for trying to make yourself feel that emotion yourself in the future.
Bring the boy home, eh? Bring the boy home, that's what I say. I do think that'd be a good signing, to be fair. Oh shit, I'm muted. Bring the boy home, that's what I was saying on repeat, but I muted myself to not intervene. Well, they reckon that Archie's brother is better than him, don't they? So whether or not that's, you know, whether or not there's any legitimacy in that or not, I don't know. Anfield is only loud when they do well. Leeds are bouncing and loud no matter what. Yeah, to be fair, I think Anfield is a mint stadium, innit? Mint support. Starting lineup also, so for the first game of the season, I think it will be, let me get fucking flicking through this more than I expected. Bosh. Let's have a look here. So this was obviously starting lineup for Valencia, and I think it will be much the same. Obviously, FARKE has said that it's the same. Everybody's injury free and what have you. So Melier in net, Bogle right back, FORSHAW left back, which is mint getting forward in it. Them two. Now 1-2-4. We'll never forget Jesse's iconic Anfield celebration. Yeah, yeah. I can't help but sort of like have reservations about everything that guy did and done. Joe Rodon and Pascal centre back. I think that's a good partnership. Ampadu. I got loads of stick for this. I think Ampadu's a better centre back than Struijk, but I think Ampadu's also better in centre midfield than probably anybody else that we've got. So I would still stick with that. Ampadu and Gruev in middle. I think that'll end up being Ampadu and Rothwell myself. Gavin Parry, they can't change that level for starters, in my opinion. I agree. I think we played exceptionally well, particularly in that first half before the game totally died off in the second half. Joe Depp, that starting 11 blows my mind for a championship team. That's why I'm buzzing. Like, that's why I'm still excited about it. If we keep holding on to, which, you know, at the end of last season, I thought it'd be going. I thought it'd be him and Somerville that'd go. I actually thought we'd retain Gray, but I don't think that's as much as everybody goes mental, I don't think that's a huge loss. I think it's more just that we needed to get some money, and if we'd have stayed, or if we'd have gone up, it'd have probably stayed because we'd have got that injection of money to go up. But it was sort of collateral damage, and he was playing right back for us. And ultimately, Bogle, you would imagine, is the same, and people are probably going to flip out of this. If Bogle has a good season, you could argue that he's done the same job as Gray did last season for us. So obviously, I think Gray is a better player than Bogle. But for the job that he would be doing in the league, I think Bogle's the man. Really, I think he'll be mint. It's a slight worry with when he went down with dead leg. I know he's not got a dead. He's going to be starting on Saturday because Fucker has said that even without Nonto it's good, yeah, which it is. It is, but it's just so much better with Nonto in there. That starting lineup's a joke. But yeah, it's like when Bogle went down, it was slightly worrying. Like that we are quite weak at the wing backs, which we've known. But I'm glad we kept hold of FORSHAW because FORSHAW gets loads of stick, or did. And then when we had that mint stint in when we went on that game of 10 games or whatever it was, when we were just invincible, he was excellent for us. He still can't defend, but like I've said a million times, we're not really going to be asked to defend. We're not going to get exposed at the back like that due to the fact that we retain all the ball, we have all the ball, so there's no need for us to panic about stuff really. Ampadu and Gruev's a mint partnership, but as I've just said, I think that'll end up being Ampadu and Rothwell. I think Rothwell's a really good ball player. I think Gruev comes too deep. No sexual vibes involved even remotely. I'm sure he does both, but I'm purely talking about football terms. I think that's also a fucker tactic because he wants him to come and get the ball and then one of the centre-backs can move forward. Traditionally, last year it was Ampadu, it'll probably be Rodon this time that'll move forward. And then it also allows the wing-backs to get forward. So if Gruev comes and sits in with the centre-back, Firpo can really bomb on and then we still got cover, which I don't mind it when he does that. But to say that Gruev's not the only one that... Ampadu got some stick for playing ball sideways the other day, and to say that Ampadu gets all the stick for that, Gruev literally comes and gets it off the centre-back and plays 5-yard passes all the time, and then he will clip the odd one. Sounds like I'm dissing Gruev. I'm not. I really like Gruev. I think he's mint signing. I'm glad we've retained him because there was also some talk that he'd go. Well, everybody were up for sale, weren't they, ultimately, this season? It was literally going to be... I think they had a look at everyone. Who can we get for what? They knew they had to square some money up, so they just did. Everybody were for sale, I think, literally, top to bottom. Nonto James, you could not ask for better, really. Dan James, I was actually going to engage in an argument with this because somebody said that Dan James is better than Somerville, which I think is quite comical. But also, there's half an element where Somerville... Has Dan James achieved more than Somerville, genuinely, over his career? I think Somerville can evidently go on to achieve so much more. But, you know, Dan James went to Scum, didn't he? It didn't particularly, granted, go particularly well for him. But, you know, that's still a massive move. We wanted him, it were, you know, and then they swooped in. They might have just swooped in because we just to frustrate us. Dow 1024, agree on Rothwell. Ampadu Gruev is probably too defensive for 90% of the opponents that we face. Yeah, I do think, though, that FARKE, just in that Valencia game particularly, they're obviously being encouraged to push on a little more, which is hopeful, isn't it? That's a good thing. And then Jorginho, a lot of people calling him to go out wide. And I just aren't having that. I thought he were unbelievable. I think he's been hampered by the injury he got. I think he was playing with an injury. And then I think he struggled to... Well, I don't think he was playing with an injury. He was definitely playing with an injury, but I think it was affecting him. And then when he came back, he never recovered properly from the injury and he continued to play. There was even when he came back, he was still sort of holding it a bit. So he looks on fire. I mean, it were actually concerning. My only thing as well with Rutter, like, the proof will be in the pudding whether his finishing has improved. I'm sure he bangs him in training as well. It's a totally different scenario in friendlies, isn't it? Same for Joseph, in fairness, but I think Joseph's really sharp, and but we will see. The proof will be in the pudding. Rutter, there's no doubt about it, though, is technically the best player, I believe, in the league by some way. I think he would have, if he could improve his stats. So, I mean, he got a fair few assists, but he got plenty. If he got plenty of goals last year, or just 5 more goals, I think he gets the player at season, and it's probably him that's looked to move on. But because Somerville's stats were excellent, he got the award, which I'm all for. He deserved it. But Rutter is... I don't actually know what ceiling Rutter's got in him. I think Rutter could potentially go... I don't know, because we're in the Championship. I don't want to go over the top. But some of the stuff he does, you just think there's nobody else on the pitch could do what he's doing. So nobody do it how he does it, quite literally. Joe Depp only just saw Rutter's goal yesterday. Wowzers. Yeah, it was honestly live. It was like a hands-on head moment where I was like, that is something to behold. Joseph looks bang up for it. I'm really happy that he's, it's also probably worked out for him that Bamford's obviously coming back from an injury, and I think he were probably in his plans anyway, but he's gone with it. Which, I think he's every right to. 10 games he'll get, as I say. Down 1024. Joseph has the pace to stretch opponents, something we lacked for most of the year with Peru and Bamford. His runs should open up oceans of space for Georgie. 100%. That was one thing that was definitely happening. I know you've just referenced Bamford there. stretches them more than Bamford, and there's no doubt he does. But Bamford, when Bamford played, Rutter was exponentially better. Bamford occupies defenders. He gives them something to worry about. He's a strong lad. He does worry him. He does bother him. But Peru wasn't doing that, and it did clamp Rutter up a fair bit. Do we reckon, based on this lineup, that it's the best in the Championship 11 of all time? I don't know about that, to be fair. I don't know enough about the Championship 11s of all time. And again, we'll have to work that out. Or we'll have to see. You know what is crazy is a lot of these players who get, Gruev looked like he were nowhere near side at the start of last season, and now he's been touted to be best in the best Championship 11 of all time, which is a mint statement. I'm all for it. Just your football show fanboy, but it's a wild statement. Ampadu's same. Ampadu's found a home with us. He's going to be a mint captain. I'm really glad. As much as I like Struick, I'm glad they give it to Ampadu. Just because I think he's the man about town. He's seems to be winding everybody up. Seems to be getting in mixed with it. Then on bench, well, we won't have Darlow, will we? I don't think Darlow's moved on, has he? I thought Darlow had been loaned out or something. Can you see that or not? Yeah. Darlow, Byram, WOBER, Rothwell, as I say, I think I'll end up being in the starting lineup. Crew, a lot of people are calling for him to come and play, get some game time. I think he probably will get a fair bit of game time. That DeBayo guy played right back for us. Everybody came on, didn't they? Be interested to see what they do with Geldat as well, because I feel for Geldat. We get all these youngsters, don't we? Get them in and on and in and on and over here, get them through the door, and then it doesn't happen, does it? So it doesn't happen for them always. They're all touted to be the absolute man. That's why when I've said a million times at Bamford, just don't throw him in bin. Sometimes there's no need for it. Geldat, if they're the man, if they're there to take over, like we're hoping that Joseph is the man, is there to take over, then let them go and take over. Peru started really well last season. If you remember, we thought we'd found the replacement for Bamford. But we'll probably start the season really well again this year. And when you start the season really well, you find out, don't you? So you see. You find out when it gets a bit tough. Everybody can play well when we're banging them in. And then it'd be really interesting to see what Aronson does. Now that they're back, if WOBER, although I think WOBER's still looking for a way out, even though FARKE has been quite staunch on it. I thought Darlow had been loaned out, dude. Or not loaned out. I thought he'd been sold to like some Saudi club or something. Have I had a meltdown there? Oh no, I've had a meltdown. Is it a different Darlow? I've seen an article and then. Or has he been at it? I think I've been duped. Has he been at it? I think I might have been duped. Or has he been at... Oh, I think I've been absolutely diddled there. Been tromboned. There must be another Darlow. I've had a meltdown there. Do you know what, Danny Bowden? I think I might have dreamt that. I actually worry myself sometimes. I was absolutely adamant. I mean, I'm sure I saw... Is there another Darlow, genuinely, that's gone to Saudi? I saw him in the kit and the lot. Oh, no, I can't type in Saudi, can I? It's not going to make any sense. Carl Darlow. No idea, boys. Deepest apologies. Yeah, so he's still with us. Thank the Lord, he's still with us. Yeah, be interested to see what Aronson does. As I say, I actually hope he plays. Obviously, he's here now. You're here now. Didn't want you here, but you're here. And I tried to call this a few weeks ago on... Gavin Parrow just up. He ain't a bad second keeper, to be fair, but I'm glad Meslier Silent S is here. Joffrey could always go to Leeds B team. Plymouth may surprise package. Yeah, where are Plymouth in? They'll be quite... Where are they in odds? Plymouth for 100 to 1 to win league, like, but That's obviously, they're not going to win league. That's not what we're discussing. But yeah, they might get into playoffs. You never know. I think in playoffs it'll be, as I say, Middlesbrough, Luton, Coventry. And I'm going to go with just a curveball Sunderland. Cause there's always a team that has a run in the last swing of it. I do hope with Aronson, honestly. He could make a massive difference for us. And if he can't, I actually think it's shit or bust for him here. If he can't do it in this league, he's done for, isn't he? Because I don't know his stats specifically, but there's one way to find out, isn't there? But he didn't have the best of seasons last year, did he? For Berlin that he went to, them shits. But again, you know, let's have a look here. Let's have a look at this shit cunt stats. Can you still see me? Yeah, so he always looks like he's trying to be like a bit of an hard man, doesn't he, Brendan Aronson? You know what I mean? In face there, he's trying to give it big licks into there, be hard, but I just think he's having a crisis of. I mean, 30 apps it's saying here. I don't know how many of them will be starts, but I think 2 goals from that, which is, you know, really bad. 2 goals in 30, but 30 apps, you know, are they starts? Yes, CV. I know you're not talking to me necessarily, but Roy's 10 million cheaper than Aronson, 15 million Gavin Parrott. I know. I know. But it would horses for courses, wasn't it? Whenever you're in Premier League, it's all inflated, isn't it? I don't know how I can find out whether these are. Coming off at bench or not. 350 minutes played. I'm assuming that's 3,000 and not 3. Because, you know, if he's managed to get through 46 games there and 9 goals, that's obviously inclusive of. It was shit, basically. He got 2 goals in 30 appearances. But, you know, there's no reason why he couldn't make a big difference for us. Highest market value, 30 million euros. It's saying on there, which, you know, will be a load of shit. But Danny Borden, Brendan Aronson has a neck like Sid Justice and a body like Mr. Bean. Let's have a look here. I don't actually know who Sid Justice is. Hey, you know that's Sid Justice. That's phenomenal. But he's always trying to look hard, like, where's the, let me go on. When he lines up for, like, he's always trying to, Paxton, Aronson. Look, he's always, like, trying to be hard. I'm at it, do you know what I mean? I mean, he's scored there or whatever, fair enough. He's probably just been involved, he's probably come off at bench there, actually. There's one where he's proper giving it big licks though, and he's just obviously not. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. You don't have to be like that. Do you know what I mean? Don't worry about it, kid. Just stick with it. You just got to, you know, it's all about personalities, isn't it? CB, I hope you're well too, Jack. Yes, I hope you're well, CB. Yes. And truth be told, now that these 3 have just popped up in my feed, out of Aronson, McKennie and Adams, Although, I mean, Adams is unbelievably injury prone, so no, I wouldn't go with Adams. Adams is obviously the best player, I reckon, out of them three. But I'd rather have Aronson. At least he's going to be entertaining. We'll have loads at ball. He'll be sharp. He's sharp on ball. Good job Aronson's beefed up. Yeah, I know. Now he might actually be hard. I'm trying to find that. And he's about to do national anthem and I'm not going to be able to find it. The photos that I always see of him whenever I do something like this, you can't find them. But oh, there it is. Look at that. What you doing there, kidder? Behave yourself. Do you know what I mean? That ain't hard. Looks like a fucking... Good on him though, he's back. Big season for Brendan Aronson, or he heads back to over the pond for 5 million, get Gavin Parry. Yeah, he ends up in America for the rest of his career, because truly. Juve trying the best to get rid of Lardy boy, no takers. I don't, I think McKennie, I know Jared put me in my place on Just Joe's thing other week, but just saying it was entourage and stuff about him. But McKennie, I don't think him and Adams were a bad partnership in centre midfield, and that goes down like a lead balloon that half at time. But I don't think that's a bad partnership. I thought McKennie was half decent. He was quite good on ball and he was quite tenacious. But his entourage, he was a dickhead. No, of that there's no doubt. A dickhead of overwhelming. Well, he's a dickhead. But yeah, I don't know how long I've been on here for, but probably boring everybody to tears. I go live all the time on my JackCity page. If you want to smash a like on here, boys, or comment, subscribe if you're new or whatever, it'd be much appreciated. I'm going to absolutely start battering this. Joe Depp Adams were a liability. Yeah, he was injury wise, he was, but he was a decent player, wasn't he? That was Gavin Parry. That was our only benefit of relegation, quite literally. Getting rid of them all. Joe Depp, hot-headed. Yeah, he was a shithouser, wasn't he? But that clip of him and Click's quite good in it, to be fair, where he kicks ball at... I can't remember who that guy's called. For Newcastle. He boots ball. Look at that. That ain't how you spell Click either, is it? Look at hell. I can't spell Click. Fuck it. Clitch without the E. What am I doing here? Here we go, boys. This is fun.
Murphy was going to... I don't know what Murphy was trying to do, but... Yeah.
That's bang on.
Murphy was going to... I don't know what Murphy was trying to do, but...
I mean, ironically, that's probably the best pass he delivered at the club. Because that is, that's that stuff where... And you could tell he probably wants to smile in that situation, because I'd have to smile and go, I've hit nail on head there, but he's in beast mode there.
Was going
to hit the other ball.
Murphy was
it
going
is
to...
good, that, but
what Murphy was trying to do,
as I say,
yeah.
Jacob Murphy, but that's all he ever did for the whole club, so... But a good bit of shit. But yeah, I'll go live on my JackCity channel absolutely relentlessly, guys. If you want to head on over there, I'm going to go over there now, because I wanted to go live on my channel, on this channel, like in studio and stuff, but I don't want to piss everybody off, because it's obviously, I will be available to talk about football whenever, but, I'm also trying to get some work done. Lennon Gallagher, you come across really, really gay. Well, I'll leave the mum jokes till after 9 o'clock at night. Gavin Parry. Do you know, somebody actually said this weeks ago to me on one at Lives, and I was just like, and he kept banging on that I'm like transgender or something. I'm just going to have to send you all my hit list. Gavin Parry, he's out for the next 3 months at Bournemouth. I know it's mental, innit? He's had an absolute horror show with it, hasn't he? I mean, how many times did he play for us, to be fair? Because he's had a terrible time with it. I mean, he's cooked, isn't he, really? 24 times. I mean, that's a decent return out of him for what he's been getting. Did he genuinely play 3 games last year? That is mental. Danny Bowden. I'm hoping chatting bobbins means you're sticking up for me, and chatting bobbins doesn't mean that he's bang on with it. But yeah, 24 games out of him, he's not actually that bad. Hey, and that's funny, innit? Because I know we were shit, but everybody were banging on about how there were no goals came from midfield. Well, look over here, Adams were meant to be now. Where did Bournemouth finish last year? Yeah, he had to go. Try dark mode today, no tar, kid. Where did these lizards finish last year? Fucking hell. Oh, come on, what is it? Why is there so much history on these lizards? '15th, yeah. It's a hard league, and that's the only thing about staying up. About not going up. We'll have another mint season, won't we, this year, and we'll smash it out. Look at that, 31.7 wins out of 38. What a depressing season that was. And then ironically, Southampton, I forgot about that. Southampton were the only team below us. I forgot, and then they were below us in fucking Championship and all, weren't they? And they still beat us. Liam needs to give Lennon a slap. Liam Gallagher. Guilty! Is that gay enough for you, kid? How many goals did this lizard get last year? I don't think... I daren't say it, but I don't think Luton will be... to particularly fear, to be honest. I think we should dominate, and it's such a risky thing to say that, but 11 goals he got last year. Oh, hang on a minute. No. Is that? Yeah. Is that? Yeah, 11 goals out of 38. That's not bad, is it, really, to say they went down? Luton Town, you know. And this life's been taken, it's told. Oh, that's the year before, innit? What am I doing? Bournemouth finished 12th last year, to be fair. Luton nearly got out of it, didn't they? There were the talk at the time where they looked like they were going to get away with it, but that obviously went arse over tit, didn't it? Sid Justice. Anybody else got any references to Aronson? I mean, obviously he did only mention the neck looks like Sid Lewis. Sid Justice, rather, but... You defo love it in the chocolate starfish. Cheers, Lennon. Is that your actual photo? I can't see it because it's a tiny thumbnail. If your aim is to offend me, you're going to have to try harder than that. Leeds are winning league, so nobody can offend me now. And this boy is going to get 16 goals. I reckon Rutter will get 10. James will get 10. Nonto will get 10. Gruev will get 10. Ampadu will get 10. Struick will get 10. Now I'm only messing. So 10, 10. At least 10. 16. Few will chip in front bench, like Peru will chip in. Hopefully Aronson will chip in with a few. Bamford will chip in when he gets his chance. Geldart might nick a couple. I think Rothwell will score. I think Ampadu will get a couple. I honestly think we're going to start breaking forward from the centre midfield positions next year. It looked like that was what we were going for against Valencia. Struick gets a few from, I reckon, from corners, although everybody goes on about him from corners, and I don't think he can win the header, but he can't direct it. Firpo is a killer in and around the box, and I won't have it argued. He's the absolute man when he's bombing forward. I've just realised I've been circling all that and nobody can see what I'm looking at, but that's nobody do it how he does it. But yeah, FORSHAW is the best left back in the league. FORSHAW's the man. Them two. Be interested. I mean, Bogle's looked mint in and around box as well when he's been pushing forward, but it'd be interesting to see what FORSHAW can come up with. No, sorry, what Bogle can come up with, because FORSHAW is the man when he breaks forward. Really composed. Always fight, always incisive. He's composed though, he don't panic, he's always actually looking for a player. And even with a whip ball, I remember when he whipped it in to Bamford, back post jobby. That was a sensational ball. There was nobody else on pitch that could have delivered that ball. He is good on the ball, of that there's no doubt. The poor kid just can't defend. But, like I say, he will not be asked to. Jayden Bogle, mint signing. Gladly, luckily he's fit. Sam Byram is a nice substitute. Certainly will get plenty of game time, you would imagine. But yeah, I think I'm going to do one gang, guys. So unless anybody's got anything to add, any topics that they would like to discuss. Joseph starts over Bamford for at least the first 10 games. Then when Bamford's up to speed, FARKE will have a look at it, have a view at it. If Joseph has in the first 10 games, if he has 3 goals, he sticks with him. Or if he's just performing extremely well, he sticks with him. If he thinks he needs to pull him out of the firing line, he will do so. But what I will say is he won't need to be pulled out of the firing line due to the fact that I think the Leeds United fans are fully behind Joseph. They've had a hard-on for him since last season, which I'm all for. I think everybody should get their opportunity. But every time he came on, it was like the saviour is here, the second coming is here. And he does look excellent. And I really, really hope he's the man. I really do. But we still might need Bamford. Peru will get some goals for us this season. It's exciting. So yes, boys. Right, I'm going to do one, I reckon. It's been an absolute pleasure and a joy. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. All whatever. On my JackCity page, I've got a track coming out on the 13th of September, guys, which will be available for pre-sale, hopefully tomorrow, which I'll be pushing like there's no tomorrow. I just want to say thank you as well to everybody that did buy it last time, because I got in, I think it ended up being 7th in the charts, which is wild. I was up there with like Eminem and stuff. It was absolutely nuts. So yeah, and it's had about 2,000 streams in the first 2 weeks. So thank to each and every which one here. It's called Before I Die. If you want to check it out, JackCity Before I Die. I'm going to go over to my JackCity page now and go live. I'm going to make a beat. I'll be available for a chat. Let me know if you want to jump over. Well, just jump over if you want to. I should have done a redirect on this. And just before I do go, did anybody get another ad on after I'd clicked that nonsense once I'd done that thing? Or somebody just let us know if another ad popped up. Because I really did not mean to put ads in the live stream. I don't even know how that happened. I'm extremely unversed in this. I'm not a technophobe, but I am starting, as the screen says. But I am, when it's the first time doing something, it's like halting it. It's like you're exploring yourself as a youngster, you know, you just never know. Working the dials, you're doing your best. I'm presuming from the lack of comment that nobody got an ad. I can only hope nobody got an ad. I'm going to see if I can read. No, I'm not going to redirect it. Right, if you go over to my JackCity page, if you type JackCity Music in or type JackCity Games in and then click on my JackCity page and subscribe, I'm going to go live literally in 5 minutes. I'm going to make a beat. I'd appreciate each and every which one of you if you subscribe over there. It really is to make a man's dream. Make a man's wet dream, gay or not. So shout out to everybody. I do appreciate you. Thanks for hanging about. I'm going to do these as often as possible. I'll do another one tomorrow night. Ciao for now.